was perfect. My neighbor's trees right along the road here, all no leaves, totally defoliated. My leaves are in full leaf, fall color, and loaded with fruit. And they're saying, wow, look at this. And so they're eating these apples and saying, man, I can't believe the flavor. And they're just totally awestruck. And one of these guys looks at the ground and says, oh no, you're going to destroy this orchard with wood chips. He says, what? Destroy the orchard with wood chips? Oh yes, wood products type nitrogen make your soil acidic. And I looked at the guy and says, let's get real here. I didn't go to school, but I'm not stupid. See that forest out there? That's maintained on 100% wood products. And it's been going on for 6,000 years of recorded human history. Needles, leaves, broken branches, cones fall to the ground, and it's been maintaining that for 6,000 years, and you're telling me it's going to fail here? I said, oh yes. And I took him and says, how come the grass on the edge of my orchard in the wood chips is the thickest and the greenest I have a nitrogen tie-up? I mean, I'm hearing you, but I'm not seeing your evidence. Would you help me get this? And they walked out of here, man, and they just wouldn't get it.
They still weren't convinced?
No, and so I was so blown away because I said, how can you be so blind?
Overly educated.
Here they're eating this stuff that they're clearly saying is beyond what they've ever seen. They're seeing all the leaves here. Everything's saying it's got maximum nitrogen. Everything's perfect, and they're telling me it's going to fail. And here's what God said. He says, the natural man cannot receive the things of God, neither can he know them because the Spirit's doing. These guys are all here. And until you come here, you'll never get it. I'm telling you, man, they were so committed to what they were told, even though they saw the evidence, they couldn't make the change, humble themselves and say, I guess we were wrong. They couldn't go there.
Yeah.
It was, I was blown away. Like, what, it's obvious, but they wouldn't get it. They came back the next time, I was angry. I never came back after that. I was, what the issue is here? Everything you teach in your school is dependent, and you'll love this, on all your toxic chemical fertilizers and all your products. It's all dependent on that. And without that, everybody would fail. I'll tell you what, you can take everything away from me, all your stuff. You can take our water away, and I'll grow everything superior to anything you can grow. And it's all free. And the whole issue is money. They never came back. That's what it's all money. And this is, I so love that. Everything you're standing on here was created in nature for free and it's renewable. I love that.
Yeah, I do too.
I love that. Totally free.
Yeah, I love the cycle
and
part of it.
And it's the best.
Makes
and it's
sense.
and it's superior to all the stuff they sell you. It's free. The ultimate. And it's just the nature of the creator. It's his character.
Now, when you want to get more wood chips, how are you going to do that?
I'll tell you how I do
easily?
it. Over in town on Kendall Road, Kendall Road's right in the middle of Swim. So, off of, is on one side is Old Highway, on the other side is Henderson Road. It's the middle of Swim. If you saw my film, the tree service guy who brings the wood chips there says this is a convenient place. He's working in Sunland or someplace. He's got a full truck of chips and he's got it not finished. So he can run to my place and dump it in 10 minutes and be back to work. So I have in that yard over 100 yards of piled wood chips right now. And I haul it out all the time to bring them here, and I use them over there, and they keep coming in because it's convenient. So for the rest of my life, I'm going to have free wood chips in abundance. So it's not like I have to look for them. My challenge is getting them out of there, because they keep bringing them, and so I tell my friends, go over there and get a load, because I bring too much. And so it's just so cool, And the longer they're there, the better they get. It's not like they blow away.
Yeah, that's right.
And you know what's so interesting? This you're going to love this. At the top of a wood chip pile, this is, they stand probably, probably like 5 feet, because they have to dump out of the truck. They chipped, who's talking about walnut leaves being no good?
Me.
They chipped a walnut tree, all the brush. At the top of the pile, a walnut had gone through the chipper, not broken, and it sprouted, and there's this beautiful walnut tree growing. At the top of the pile, in a place that gets no water,
no soil.
No soil. At the top of the pile, and my brother, he's taken out there to go plant his yard because it's just so beautiful and it comes out so easy. And I just so love seeing these demonstrations to just again blow away all the stuff you're told. It's just like you love it. It's like amazing. So these are the kind of things. If you just have your eyes open and looking, you're gonna chuck the books and realize, man, I've been lied to. The stuff I'm told is not the truth. And it just sets you free. It's like, who needs that? I can do anything.
Yeah.
How old is that tree?
This was planted last April.
How old is that one? Same thing?
That one there last April. You know why it's all bent over?
No.
And all the branches are short?
No.
I was so stupid. I was so excited about all the fruit. I couldn't believe first year all this fruit. And it broke all the branches. I didn't have
Oh, you just let it go?
Well, I was sitting there in awe, like showing it off, like look at this, and then one day it just, and I had to cut it all back to those little something because it just broke. Because it was so full.
But it'll come back.
Well, it'll come back great, but I should have had enough to stick. But here's again, at all levels, I'm overwhelmed with abundance.
Yeah.
It's just so amazing. It's like first year. I mean, I planted in April. It's like,
Yeah.
loaded, you know.
Wow.
So it produced within 4 months
Yes.
of your planting.
So that was what?
And here's what and I checked
tree?
in because see when I first planted these trees I was 5 to 7 years before I got fruit.
Yeah.
So I'm checking in now. God, this is Paul. This ground is so rich, it's so nutritious. These trees can't contain themselves. They just immediately because the nutrition value. See, nothing's changed as far as the location, but the cover has so improved the quality of this ground. These trees just can't see.
So, are you taking the fruit off of these young trees then after this, so it doesn't do
The
that?
first year?
Well, I'll thin it, but I'll leave some on there. But this was just so. I had all these people coming. It was just so like mind blowing. I didn't want to lose the effect because I was getting such it's so
Theatrical part of it.
Yeah, it's just like they couldn't believe it. That size, that much, you know. But again, it was just I wasn't paying attention and I lost. But anyway, it'll grow back. But it's just again, you know, my challenges are. This is how I prune my trees. Oh, I'm trying to reduce the amount of fruit I have. So I'm doing it.
Wow.
I love it. At all levels, I'm doing the opposite. Everybody else is trying to. Stuff gets so huge, man. I got to plant 2 months before I want it because it's gonna get too big. Yeah, it's like it's just, and this is so fun.
We have an apple tree that's really pretty tall, you know, probably 5-10 feet, 5 feet at least taller than these suckers are up there. How can I start?
Here's what you do: you take centers out and you cut the branches going out.
So
laterally.
the center,
Yeah, the
you know,
big
you're
up-
always told never do the leader part of
I
your
know.
apple tree.
And
Don't worry,
and
huh?
here's the insanity of it. You see, the leader here you got 3 going up, and it's very dense. So if you take this part one out and leave the leader, then this side is heavy. If you take this one out and leave the leader, then this side's heavy. If you take the leader out, then it's totally open and balanced.
Okay.
You see this, and see so much, and shorter. You bring it down the height, and see so much of what is. That's why it says the natural man cannot receive the things of God because they're spiritual. See, so this thing gets in my way a lot. This is really the bigger part of me
Yeah,
is
we're
my
fighting all
my
the
spirit.
time. It's a balance.
This is a headache. This gets my way, and so I have to a lot of times get out of here, and look at the obvious and just throw away what my brain says because this isn't working, you know. And so I'm always taking centers out because that's what works. But again, it was so hard up front. Like my brain just, oh no, man, that's the most central. It's the strongest. You gotta keep that.
Well, and then it's weak when you take it out, right down there, water pools, and it's supposed to, and weak, and then everything falls. At least that's the theory that you read in the books.
But well, you can look at this. There's nothing,
not working
nothing
like
weak
that at
here,
all.
you know.
No.
It's just
No, it isn't.
and so it's just
Not at all.
again you have to you know, retrain your thinking and start connecting and paying attention to what's happening in nature and just do a brain change, you know,
Revival.
renew your mind. Yeah, get a new mind because it's just we've been lied to. And again, it's all about selling you stuff. It's all about selling you stuff and keeping you dependent. They train you to become dependent and consumers because this is how they make their money. It's intentional.
Now, when you planted your orchard the first time, I doubt you left a hole here and a hole there and a hole there so you could plant 13 years later.
No, what I did,
happened to those
I started
trees?
at that end and just worked my way down.
No, but what happened to the tree that was here?
He cut. See the stump?
The stump. I just cut it down
Why?
because I didn't like it.
Okay.
This is a better tree. So I had some that were like, you see, if you have 11 days of moisture in here, you'll get scab on some varieties. I don't care what you do. 11 days of moisture, like whether rain, mist, fog, scab happens. So I'm having all these scab issues. Why mess with that? This is scab free. So I'm getting into convenience. Why have to go out here, you know, and try to deal with this fungus I can't control? So I'm just ripping out stuff that doesn't work and just planting stuff that's clean. Because it's just nice to have really beautiful, clean apples that don't have issues. You know, so And these really cool varieties, like I was sharing, coming out now. This is like, man, they're superior to what I had. It's out of here. Don't take up space.
Well, I think your other answer when somebody asked you about scab before was that you didn't get scab if you
That's
use
the-
the bark.
No, I was talking about like insect issues, bugs and stuff. But
Yeah.
scab is a fungal problem.
Fungus.
It's got nothing to do with nutrition, and it's caused by moisture. If you have 11 days of moisture, then you have scab. Now, one of the advantages of wood chips for moisture, trees growing in grass, the grass is always wet. It's amazing how just shortly after it stops raining, this dries out. And I did a thermometer thing. The temperature in my orchard on the ground was 10 degrees warmer than in the grass. Because when the sun hits this, it reflects. So this is a warmer, drier space than my grass space. So that helps a lot with fungal issues. So it stays drier here than there because of the cover.
And just warmer too,
Yeah,
which
warmer.
helps too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
You know, and this is the kind of thing that I just love because these are all the things that the creator thought up in the beginning. These are these genius ideas that you don't get until he's like, wow. And see, he knew all that. This is all stuff he had, pre-planned.
Yeah, we just discover it.
We just, wow. And these people want to argue about intelligence. This is so far beyond it. This is genius, man. This is amazing. Like, wow.
Oh, I can hardly wait to go home and put it into practice.
Me too.
And this is what's so fun about it because as you do it, you keep getting these new understandings and revelations. And it just opens you up to realize, like, oh, wow, this is so amazing. And it's never like you get it all. Every year I get some new thing, come. I'll just share. I don't have them now, but you want to check in with the creator because he really knows everything. He's smart. I'm walking down my driveway one day, and my wife wants to plant nasturtiums because she loves them in salads. The nasturtiums are really beautiful, the flower, and they're peppery, and they're really pretty in the salad.
Yeah.
But nasturtiums are a nightmare in the garden because they're a vine; they just take over. And I says, I don't open my gardens; I can't stop them. So God, where can I plant my nasturtiums? They won't be in my way. So I'm walking down my driveway. I says, we'll just plant them under your apple trees. And I'll be honest, this is how brain dead I am. I'm telling God, well, God, it says in the package you got to plant in full sun. This is how stupid. I'm telling God. And I love him. He's so presidential. He just says, just do it. So I did. And you know what's happening? It's so beautiful. None of my apple trees over there, the nasturtiums are growing, and they're just these beautiful, totally gorgeous flowers under the trees, totally thriving. You know what's awesome about it? And this is what I want you to get. See, he knew my heart. I was planning on doing this in a garden space I have to do every year, plant like everything else. What's happening now? When the nasturtiums finish blooming and die back, they create seed.
Yeah.
And when I pull up the plants and haul them out of there, they fall to the ground in the wood chips.
They
And
keep
now
them
for
back.
the third year,
Oh,
I'm
they're
having
perennials now.
I'm having perennial.
Yes, mine are doing that too.
And see, he knew what I really wanted. I didn't know how to ask.
Yeah.
This fine. It'll be good for life. So I'm just telling you, he's just so far ahead of us, and he has all these things that I didn't even think about that he's really wanted to help us with if we ask. You have not because you asked not. It's just we gotta get it, man. And he has these amazing ideas that are just so cool, so awesome. And he's just great, and he's free, no charge.